Today, it's one way to honor the heritage and culture of African Americans. As part of this celebration of history, this month we will introduce you to a few of our neighbors. They aren't famous, they aren't probably rich, and if we didn't share their stories, these individuals might continue to live quiet lives as the listeners, the encouragers, and the day-to-day doers of North Mississippi. But we want you to meet them. We began in the studio with WCBI's Victoria Bailey.
A Winston County man wasn't much more than a boy when he left home to serve his country in Vietnam. Things were hard growing up. War was hell, and coming home meant coming back to hard times once again. With all of the obstacles and challenges in his life, this man continues to serve his community.
Meet longtime Winston County resident Billy Ray Metz.
I grew up in the rural, on a farm, and we, had to work pretty hard, on that farm.
He grew up during an era when black people had very few rights.
When the school season, we was only probably allowed to get in school maybe about a half a year or so. And I thank God that we was able to achieve what we achieved under those circumstances.
Metz and his family moved to Louisville when he was older. That's where he got the letter inducting him into the United States military. And
we was transferred to Louisiana, and that was Fort Polk. And that was the base that was preparing young men for the war, because the terrain and the setting that was there,
Soldiers had to prepare for the emotions of separation from home. And after experiencing the hardships of the Jim Crow South, Metz says strangely, it was nice to be unified with his white combat buddies.
I think everybody was a little apprehensive about being in that kind of setting. So that kind of brought us a little bit closer together, because just as myself, some, this was the first time they was away from home in a setting like that. So, we try to find some relationship, to help us to cope with being away from home.
While on patrol one day in Vietnam, Metz stepped on a landmine, losing both of his legs.
We was disarming, mines, anti-personnel mines. The circumstances that I face right now as an amputee, I feel like, that this is not the handicap, it's just a physical situation. And, I look at the handicap as being in the mind of each individual who choose to just not do.
Now, after returning from the war, Metz spent 20 years working as an in-school supervisor at Louisville Alternative School. He's currently enrolled at New Foundation Seminary School, and now Metz spends much of his time volunteering in the community and mentoring the youth, encouraging students to continue their education.